Well, as hundreds of thousands of Israeli reservists are deployed for active duty, it is a tough time for the partners and families left behind. That includes, of course, same-sex couples. And the Knesset has just passed a new law which grants equal rights to gay couples. Men and women in same-sex marriages will now also be considered war widows or widowers in the terrible event that their husband or wife should be killed in action. Well, my next guests are directly affected by that new law. Yarden Haskin and Alon Maor, welcome to you both.
Thank you very much.
Clearly, Yarden, you're on active duty right now. Alon, so I'll put the question to you. I understand you guys got married 6 months ago, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you frantic? Are you worried? How are you getting through it?
I'm very worried. These are not easy times, you know. It's very sad to be in Israel in the last month. It's very hard, and there's a war going on, and I'm worried to my husband and to his teammates and company. But I know that they'll do everything they need to do to protect us, everyone here, and I'm very, very proud of them.
I'm married to a former soldier, so I hear a bit about how the camaraderie and kind of being with your soldiers gives you courage. How are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, I feel like being now in the army is actually the best place to be in Israel in these kind of conditions, since I'm with my very good friends since we were 18, and we kept on being friends ever since. So I feel like it really helps me that we can support each other these difficult times.
What does this new law mean to you? Do you think that, I mean, as we've seen, you know, people from all backgrounds and all orientations and all different kind of people are fighting for Israel right now, dying for Israel right now. Do you think this gives you validation from the state?
Yes, it is. The army, it truly is the nation's army. It means that people come from everywhere, LGBT, gay, straight, religious, secular, it doesn't really matter. And this is one of the very few laws that secure our rights. We have a lot of Supreme Court decisions, but not enough laws that secure our rights. And this is following a very big tragedy of an officer, Sagi Golan, that died in the first battle day on October 7th. So this is somewhat, I would say, if I may, like a small relief, but now I would say, like have rights in our death, and now we need to secure our equal rights in our lives in Israel. Israel is a very good place to be a member of the LGBT community and to be a gay man. We feel good and happy, and this is the country that we want to live in. And there is still a struggle for equality, and this is what we're here for.
Right, of course, because, I mean, before all of this happened, Israel was very, very divided, and there were ministers in the government who were openly homophobic. There were some concerns that, you know, gay rights in this country, the only place in the Middle East where it is acceptable and indeed legal to be gay, were under attack. Do you feel that the country has changed since October 7th?
Well, I'm not really sure if it really changed, but I think that this specific case looked quite ridiculous to a lot of people, because, you know, if someone is a combat soldier and he was also an officer and he died for that country, it doesn't make any sense that his husband or his partner wouldn't be recognized and get the same equal rights. So I think that it's only since it was really ridiculous, and sometimes it's very depressing that things here in Israel change only under these kind of circumstances.
Yeah, it's a shame it didn't happen sooner. It's quite remarkable it didn't happen sooner, isn't it?
Yes, also because there is a true gap between what the public thinks and feels about equal rights for all, especially for the LGBT members. And for us, you saw that in the reactions and comments that we had to the photo that Yarden posted. And so many positive reactions, so many people really encouraged us. And the government still has quite a path to walk in, and to secure our rights and to finish enticing against us. We need to feel safe here. This is the country that we're fighting for.
Absolutely, and the enemy right now is Hamas.
Yeah.
It's a violent, genocidal terrorist group. It supports an extreme interpretation of Sharia law. It is illegal to be gay in Hamas-controlled Gaza. Gay people, LGBT people, are sentenced to death. How do you feel when you see the famous Queers for Palestine, people who describe themselves as progressive, as supporters of progressive causes, aligning themselves with this very violent terrorist group?
I think it's delusional. I think it's offensive for the LGBT movement, to be honest. I think, I must say, we talked quite a lot about it, Yarden. I feel like I'm kind of understand why do they think they are right, because the LGBT movement has a long time history of supporting what they so-called think is the weakened part or oppressed part, but this is not the case. This is strictly not the case. It's just ridiculous, because if those people who shout Queers for Palestine will go to Gaza, they will be jailed, tortured, executed. This is not a safe place to be gay or to be a member of the LGBT community, and the only safe place in the Middle East is Israel. And it's a lot more than just being safe. This is where we have a struggle for our rights. In Gaza, if they'll go there, they'll be hanged.
Right, and we know that some Palestinians have sought refuge in Israel to get away from that, violent oppression of gay people. What are your thoughts on that when you see these, mainly American but also European, self-proclaimed left-wing people supporting terrorism?
So I can definitely agree with what Alon just shared, and I just want to express that me as a gay person, I feel so comfortable to be gay in the army, and I feel very comfortable with all of my friends, from my team members, and I think that the mentioned picture is an evidence for that. It was like one of my team members took that picture. He was upset that I didn't credit him, so Omer took it.
What's his name?
Omer Cohen.
Omer Cohen. Great picture.
Thank you,
yes,
Omer.
this picture has gone viral, hasn't it? Got a lot of jealous eyes in Israel now, I think.
So I want to share that I feel very comfortable with it, and I think that is just the evidence for the gap between these both sides of the conflict. And I believe that in our side, you can be gay and you can express who you are openly. And I think that is very important.
Yeah, it's very confusing what's going on in the world right now.
Yes.
Yarden and Alon, you're newlyweds pretty much. I wish you many, many years of married bliss and good luck, and the war will be over soon, and you'll be back home
I just
together.
want to say one last sentence.
Please.
That these are really not easy times, and we're here to support everyone in our country, and we will prevail this. And this is a good country to fight this fight, and we're proud of everyone who serve, and we're sad for those who are not with us anymore, and we will praying for the return of the kidnapped.
Absolutely.
And thank you for protecting us and me.
Absolutely. Thank you for your service.
I would like to add one more thing, that I think that for LGBT members around the world, I would recommend you to try and look at the facts and not just go for your first intuition, because sometimes things could be very confusing our days. And thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yarden and Alon, thank you very much. Good luck to you. Good luck. Thank